Beards. They come in all shapes and sizes. They have the ability to transform a goofy goober into a manly man. Aha! If you're ever developing a game character and want their bad-assery to jump up 75.6%, then slap a beard on them and call it a day. There are countless examples of real-life individuals and characters from movies and video games that get that badass beard bump. Just look at the most recent God of War game. If you played the series before, you probably thought that Kratos was such a badass and couldn't get any more badass. But bam! Beard time, baby! And now that dude is way more intimidating. It just works. I don't know why, and I don't make the rules. It's science. So here are my picks for 5 video game characters who could use a beard. This video is brought to you by My Beard. Get a beard and bump up your badassery. Results may vary.
Number 5. Glass Joe from Punch-Out! A featherweight, a wimp, a weakling! When Little Mac gets hit by Glass Joe, it barely even phases him. So what good would some scruff do? Well, for one thing, it could at least help him intimidate his opponents to give him a slight edge before he steps into the ring for his next failure. But no, Glass Joe walks into the fight looking ready to lose. Just look at that face, petrified by a 17-year-old kid. Boxing isn't only physical, it's a mental sport, and being confident is half the battle. So it might help a teeny bit if Glass Joe looks tough. And if he does grow a puffy beard, it can at the very least add an extra layer of cushioning to protect his glass jaw. Maybe he just can't grow one. Wait, if you squint real hard, you can see a tiny whisker on his chin. Ugh, Glass Joe, you can't do anything right. But worry not, Glass Joe, I hear they can do great things with beard transplants these days. Number 4. Mega Man. It is Mega Man, right? Because in essentially every game he appears in, he looks and talks like a small boy. So growing a beard could really help him exude an aura of adulthood. He's been a child for decades now, and the kid needs to grow up sometime, and hopefully not into this. Plus, if he grew a beard, it would probably make Dr. Wily feel a little better about himself, because being constantly defeated by a kid time and time again is humiliating. You may be saying, Mega Man is a robot? He can't grow a beard. Well, then how do you explain his long, luscious locks flowing at the start of Mega Man 2? So, it is possible. And even if it isn't, Dr. Light is a genius. He could build him a beard, one with lasers on it. Number 3. Leon S. Kennedy from Resident Evil 2. On Leon's first day as a cop, a zombie outbreak occurred, and he handled it better than most. Because if it were me, I would have called it quits as soon as I entered that hellhole. But he stuck with it, and he immediately jumped up from rookie status to seasoned veteran in less than 24 hours. And what does every grizzled cop need? A beard! It can give off that vibe that you've seen it all, and you're too old for this shit. By the time Resident Evil 4 rolled around and Leon was back in the saddle, I fully expected some gruff. But nope, nothing. Just imagine him in Resident Evil 4 with a beard, spin-kicking zombies, suplexing them, really showing off his vet status and that he's not afraid to mix it up with the undead. And by the time he came back for 6, he should have had a crazy long beard with all the experience he's had. Picture him in Resident Evil never mind. Let's never speak of Resident Evil 6 again. Number 2. Kirby. I know this may sound odd, but stick with me for a second. This pick is more of a regional thing. Kirby only needs a beard in the good old USA. Why? Because check out the differences in past Kirby box art between Japan and the US. Happy in Japan? Pissed in the US. Cuddly in Japan? Furious in the US. Kawaii in Japan? Do not f*** with me in the US. I don't understand why, but for some reason Nintendo wants to portray Kirby as a ferocious pink puffball in America. So I say go all in. Give that little guy a beard. We already know what he looks like with one, because when he inhales Snake in Smash Bros. Ultimate, he grows a fine beard. Check it out, he's rugged and yet still so cute. Make it happen, Nintendo. Give us some gritty Kirby. Number 1. Bayonetta. Okay, give me a minute to explain. I know you must be screaming at your monitors by now. She's a woman! She can't grow a beard! Stop the insanity! But hold on, put the torches and the pitchforks down for a second and join me on a journey to enlightenment. If you've played the Bayonetta games, you'll know one crucial detail about Bayonetta and her costume. It's entirely made of hair. She's wearing her hair, dagnabbit. She can control her hair like a weapon and create monsters out of it to kill demons. So growing a beard would be a piece of cake. Bayonetta is already as badass as they come, but a beard would bring her to the next level and make sure that no one messes with her ever again. And it doesn't have to be permanent either, because again, if you've ever played the games, you know Bayonetta loves to dress up and has a plethora of fashion choices. So a beard would fit right in with her character and would look awesome. Okay, now you can torch and pitchfork me.
Yeah, my choices may be strange, but you gotta admit I make some good points. But I learned something making this video. Sometimes you can be too much of a badass. And that's something I'm going through in my life right now. People are too intimidated to approach me. Say hi. Be my friend. If only there were a facial hair compromise between being a babyface and a bearded badass. I got it. Hey Tim, check it out.
Hey Joe, get down here and get a load of this creep.
Hey, what's up? Ah!
Doesn't he look like a real creep?
Yeah, that is not a good look.
You guys are mean. I think this looks great. You know who's gonna love it? Tom. Let's get him in here and see what he thinks. Hey Tom! Stranger danger!
You just hit Dom.
Oh, I just thought of some creep.